Hi, my name is Chris, and I'm a travelling videographer who travels all around filming weddings, corporate jobs, and personal projects. I like to keep my equipment really kind of minimal, and so I'm going to be offering tips, tricks, and reviews on how you can keep your camera bag as small as possible while getting the biggest results. Today we're going to be talking about the DJI Osmo Pocket. So I'm going to be talking about 5 reasons why you should buy the DJI Osmo Pocket. These are just things I've found in my personal experience, sort of my opinion on it, and I'm hoping that this, plus the review, will help you decide whether this camera is really worth your time and attention and whether it's worth a purchase. Now the first thing is it's so small. It doesn't come across on camera very well, but this thing is actually tiny. And even in the supplied case, it can fit in your pocket easily. Now I'm going back to the mantra of the best camera is the camera you have with you at all times. And this you can literally have with you at all times. It just slips in your jean pocket and you'll forget about it. Now that kind of works great for me because I'll keep my equipment nice and small. I've used it in Prague already. I didn't take my A7 III. I just took the DJI Osmo Pocket with no ND filters, no accessories, nothing like that. And I managed to make the film, which you can see probably in the description or above, wherever I decide to put it. Now the ease of use and the size just make this a great camera for traveling, for a B camera, for places maybe where you don't want to be seen filming too much. Even just behind the scenes footage of a shoot or YouTube video, anything like that would be a great use for this device. And I think that's a massive factor when I choose equipment, is size and ease of use. Now the second great thing about this device that I found is the quality of the footage and the capabilities. There's so many things you can do with it. Now this thing shoots at 4K at 60 frames per second, or 50 frames per second in the UK. This means you can slow the footage down by 50% and you'll get kind of a nice smooth 4K image, which is great. You can also take long exposure photos with the ND filters that you can buy from Polar Pro, Freewell, and I'm sure some other suppliers as well. You can take raw photos on here. It's worth noting that there's also focus tracking on this. So when the camera's pointing at you, it'll automatically pick up your face and focus on that. And when it's pointing away from you, you can double tap on an object and the camera will always focus on that. So if you walk around that object, the camera will continuously follow that object and focus on it at the same time, which is just insane for a camera this small to have a feature like that, which is just so easy to use as well. Only recently as well, they've updated the firmware so that you can change the shutter speed and ISO all within camera, whereas before you had to attach your phone for this and it would all get a little bit fiddly. Granted, the screen is so small, so it is a tiny bit fiddly when you're changing the manual settings, but to have that inside the camera is pretty perfect really. The third reason is something I've actually seen other people do, and that's use this camera to get stock footage. Now again, you're going to be out and about with this, you can take it anywhere you want, you're going to end up getting shots that you never thought you'd get, of places you never thought you'd go with a camera, and that is great. The 4K 60 frames per second, or 50 if you're in the UK, will look great on stock footage websites and will encourage people to buy your footage. And I think it'd be a really fun way just to make some money on the side of whatever you're doing at the moment. So get some ND filters, go outside somewhere nice, film some stuff and sell it on some stock footage websites. You can do it with this pretty easily. So number 4 on reasons you should buy this device is it just has so many uses. Now obviously when you buy equipment, it all has different uses. For example, the Sony A7 III that I'm filming this with, we film weddings, corporate jobs, YouTube videos with it. I wouldn't necessarily take it to, I don't know, personal family gatherings or maybe a wedding that I'm invited to as a guest. But you know, this device, because it's so small, you literally take anywhere with you. Even when you're on holiday and you're going for dinner, maybe I wouldn't take a bag with a Sony A7 III in it. But if I take this and then maybe I can capture a good sunset. And because of the amount of different things it does, you know, 4K at 50 frames per second, slow motion as well, time lapses, long exposure photography, and I'm all about just keeping things small, keeping things minimal, and I think this is the best option for that. And I really think that all of these uses really justifies the price tag on this. So if you're using it for your professional work and your family life and taking it out with your friends, wherever you go, then you know you're getting your money's worth of this. And I think in terms of value for money, that is a key factor. And my final reason that you should get this device is, it's a little bit of a personal one, maybe you feel the same, but let me know if you don't, is the ecosystem of this thing. Now DJI and third-party suppliers have been coming out with accessories with this for a while. Every day there's something new being released. We've got tripod mounts, we've got ND filters, we've got selfie sticks, and so much stuff to make this camera better. And obviously then it adds to the equipment that you've got to carry around. But I just love the fact that because I take it with me anywhere, and because it's capable of so much, and because of the accessories that are coming out, I'm really sort of falling in love with the creative side of photo and video again. Whereas before, I'd probably head into the forest with my A7 III and a lens. Now I'd just go for a walk if I fancy it, take the Osmo Pocket with me, knowing that I can do pretty much everything that I do with the A7 III, maybe not in as good quality, but I'd still be able to do it, and I won't have to think as much. It's also the first time that I've actually purchased ND filters. So I don't have ND filters for the A7 III. Controversial, I know, but my clients at the level I'm filming at don't notice, so I don't really need them. But I really wanted to experiment with the ND filters on the Osmo Pocket, and I really think it's worth investing in a couple of accessories, the ND filters, the tripod mount, just to see what you can do. Test your limits. Use the motion lapse, use the time lapse, get ND filters, do long exposure photography during the day, do it at night and get some light streaks. So for me, someone who does a lot of work for clients, this has just made me rediscover my love for doing sort of personal videos and just trying new things out all the time. And I think that's invaluable when you're a videographer, just learning new things, trying new things, and I think this device is great for that. Okay, so this has been 5 reasons why you should buy the DJI Osmo Pocket. Obviously, again, there are some disadvantages to this product, and I'll cover them in a future review. For me, I can get over the shortcomings of this device. I think it's a great camera. I hope the reasons that I've gone through today have helped you decide on whether this camera is for you. Obviously, it comes down to whether it's financially viable for you, whether you're actually going to use it, and obviously it's completely individual circumstance. Don't do what YouTube's telling you to do. Do what you think is right. But I definitely highly recommend this device. So I've been Chris Spice. If you enjoy what you see, please leave a thumbs up. If you want to see more Osmo Pocket stuff, more equipment, gear, sort of talk, then hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell icon to be notified when I make a video, and I'll see you in the next video.